We are live.
Wow. Wow. So we are going live. Some sort of problem with my Facebook account, but there we go. We're going live anyway. So we are here to obviously kick off this live video to explain why, firstly, we're doing it, and it's for International Imposter Syndrome Awareness Day. And this year's theme is actually why we are not imposters. So we're using the hashtag not an imposter to tell the world why we're not imposters. And I'm really privileged to be joined by Juan, Bishaka, and Pratik, who have been helping us behind the scenes with this year's Imposter Syndrome Awareness Day. And yeah, it's been brutal. We had a few people off sick, and everyone kind of got a bit preoccupied and stuff. And it's lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So, I think first things first, right? Is Pratik, can you tell the world why you are not an imposter, please?
I'm not an imposter because, firstly, I'm differently abled, and that doesn't stop me from achieving my goals. And I use my one hand, which is the right one, to type the keyboard. So that itself speaks that I'm not an imposter.
Fantastic. Well, I find you inspiring. Bishaka and I were talking about how inspiring you are actually yesterday
Yeah.
between us, and you really are. So I'm gonna, because Juan is below you here, and my brain is simple. I'm gonna ask Juan next, and then we'll get to Bishaka. So Juan, why are you not an imposter?
Well, I'm definitely not an imposter. All of us have passing through many things. It was not different for me. I passed through this pandemic in my country. I traveled from there to a different country, now in Croatia. Nothing was difficult. Everything was done properly. We're dealing with many things, but we are over all of them. We passed through all of them, and we're handling all of them in a really good way. So I can overcome everything. I can do everything that I want. So I'm not an imposter because I know how to do it, and I will never leave the life managing me. I will rule it.
Right, right. So you're basically saying you're creating the life that you want to live, right? Like that's what you're saying, yeah. I'm just sorry to mess around. I was just sorting out my Facebook because I wasn't live. So if anyone's just joining there, we're on Imposter Syndrome Awareness Day. So that's amazing, Juan, that you're creating the life that you want to live, and kind of everything else, right? So, Bishaka, why are you not an imposter?
Thank you for the question. So we have 365 days, which means 365 possibilities, 365 times the earth rotates. So if a certain way doesn't work, you can always reroute and find another way and create your own narrative, because each person is unique and is a combination of different kinds of chromosomes, and we all have our own stories, our own journeys. So let no one define you, be the ruler of your path, and that's what doesn't make you an imposter. We are not an imposter because no one does us better than us.
Pretty
You
much.
shared a lot of value earlier when we spoke about this, and I've been studying this thing. This, I'm not going to call it imposter syndrome. I think it's a confidence issue that people have actually, and that's based on the last couple of years. I've been really digging into this topic quite a lot, and I think that actually there are a number of different ways that people seem to handle their imposter. And I think actually, first of all, obviously, you need to be aware of what's going on. You need to understand that actually, perhaps the facts are more important than the way that the back of your brain may be encouraging you to think. And what a lot of people do is that they find incidences during their lives where they've really succeeded at things, and they've achieved things that perhaps they found difficult at the time. They were worried about doing these things, but actually they managed to get through and achieve what they wanted to achieve. And but also I found from speaking to some other people about people have that on a daily basis as well. So for example, you might actually have a load of tasks to do, and you might be really worried about those tasks, and perhaps some of them are going to be more difficult than the others. But what you can do is you can break it up into these little micro tasks. So you could basically you could do 10 of these tasks. Maybe 5 of them are going to be really hard, but once you've done the 5 easy ones, then it's a lot easier to kind of do the rest. And that's what a lot of people do. So have you got any other kind of confidence boosting help for people, you guys?
For sure. I will give you a good example. Um, I don't know if I tell you before. I'm an athlete. I used to do kind of workout, regular one, not crazy like now. I became a really good athlete, but with the time. In the meanwhile, I went to the doctor because I was with the pain in my column. And over there, I met him. He knew what I was doing, all the things that I used to do. And I went with a RX, all the studies of my column. And he said, "Well, this is the end. So I like your career. I like what you're doing. It's good to have you as an athlete, but you're not supposed to." I said, "Why?" Um, well, I can tell you here. And then he goes to the screen. He showed me, you have a broken disc. Whoa, really? But it's not that painful. So it's painful, but I can still manage it. He said, "Yes, well, that's what I thought you were going to say. And I know the people like you. So in this case, what I have to say is, I'm not going to stop you because I know I cannot." And I said, "Yeah, exactly. That is going to happen. That is going to happen. Uh, but I have to tell you, you have a broken disc. You have to think twice every time you do something." After that, I became an Ironman, doing lots and lots and lots of hours of effort, training, and everything. And I decided to tell everyone that it's not huge. It's not something that everybody cannot. So it's in your mind. It's in your discipline. It's about uh, have a goal and go for it. So I managed to do it. Everybody can. And this is about sports, also related with any kind of job, any movement that you're doing in your life. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, yeah, super. Well, thank you, Juan. That's epic. I agree with you very much on bringing the kind of focus, the goal setting focus, into other areas in our lives from things that we enjoy, like sports, for example. So let me just see. Over to you, Bishaka. Oh, I'm sorry. I just removed her by pushing the wrong button. There we go. There she is. So over to you, Bishaka. What do you think with your confidence? How do you kind of boost your confidence when you are perhaps feeling overwhelmed by something that you have to do?
I do a little bit of self reflection because that is how and what keeps me motivated, because I believe the best person who can motivate me is me, and I have a journey. We all do. Instead of focusing on someone else's journey and aspiring to become like somebody else, I believe in being my own kind, because I, yes, sure, you can be inspired by somebody and look up to them, but you certainly do not want to be like them, because authenticity, according to me, is rare and priceless. And that is what makes me me. So that is what I chase. I do self reflection. I have my diary of gratitude. I have my diary of, you know, everything I jot down, journaling things, and diary of glory. I write letter of glory to my own self, so that thanking myself for being there for myself, standing up strong, and trying to do everything that I have done so far, never taking success in my head, but not letting failure in too, because every day is a new day. Every day brings new kind of hope, and every day has immense possibilities if you look at the bright side of things. So one incident cannot break you, according to me. One bad incident and one good thing cannot define that you have had a massive success. So I believe that, like Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage that counts. Imposter syndrome is mostly about the courage of not giving up on one's own self. So that is what I believe. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Pratik, how do you kind of boost your confidence when perhaps you're feeling low, to move forward and achieve the goals that you've set for yourself?
Yes, I can relate to this question very much because all my life I've been facing a lot of challenges right from my birth to till date. Every day has been a challenge for me, so I can really relate to this question. And yeah, a lot of people, even when I got started with my schooling, a lot of people doubted the fact that how can he go to school. I mean, because he's physically not well, and how will he survive, how will he study and stuff. But I had the determination of going and studying, and I showed the courage that even when normal people can do, so I can as well. So I that is how I completed my schooling. And similarly I completed my graduation and undergraduation as well, and today I'm here. So yeah, it's been a full life full of challenges, and yeah, I'm quite happy about it that I faced, and I'm here today in front of you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I find you inspiring, like I've said to you many times, and
Yeah,
I think that you're one of these people that if people kind of understood what you had to go through, I think that they may look at themselves very differently, actually.
yeah,
And you maintain this attitude, this positive attitude, which is, it's actually infectious. Like it really is infectious, and it comes out, right, and it goes to other people, and it's amazing. Yeah.
yeah. Always I have a feeling that when others can do, why can't I? Like, I have like similar brains that normal people do. I can understand things, like as they are, and I can comprehend them as well. No, why can't I do what others can do as well? So that is the attitude I keep every day. I keep up with every day. So yeah,
Yeah, and you have a special keyboard that you use, like a one-handed keyboard, right? Which is, when
yeah,
I tell people that, like, you're in a chair and you have a one-handed keyboard, right? They just look like just shocked, yeah, and that you can actually do what they can do, right, and probably better, right? Because
yeah,
you seem very methodical and very slow and calm in the way that you think, and I think that that awareness really helps, to control the anxiousness that perhaps comes with being stressed about wanting to achieve goals, right? You know?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like, why do people stress? I mean, stress only comes when you think of the result, right? Like, what if this doesn't happen? What if we don't get selected? Or what if we don't get admission into a particular university? Or what if we don't clear the interview? Like, stress only comes when we think of the result. What I try to do is just not think of the result, but control the controllables, as they call it. So I just focus on the controllables and try to arrange those controllables in such a way that I get the desired result. If I don't get the desired result, I'll go back, work upon things, and get try to get better results thereafter.
Very much so. Well, also I find Juan and Bashak are both very positive as well, and I think we're very lucky to have kind of helped so many people with their imposter syndrome by providing all these free resources, right? So, Juan, what do you think? What advice would you give people who were kind of suffering from worry about their new job, perhaps that they're starting, or a job that they want? What advice would you kind of give them? I'm just gonna unmute you. Or try. There we go.
Yeah, I just want to get a couple of words that you guys just said. One is it's good to have somebody that is positive, good to be in a group that is positive. I will say, is there another way? So it's not enough what we have around. It's not enough what all the difficulties and all the things that are happening around the world in order to push you down, and then you also doing it. It doesn't make any sense. So there's no another way. There's just being positive. Think that everybody will do whatever they want. You can manage things, and then you will sort it out. Just the way that you uh, came up with the day is the way that the day will give you the same way that your life will give you back. All the giving backs that you do, they will come over and over and over again. So it's about happiness. It's about being positive. It's about enjoy what you do. Enjoy every single detail in your life. Look at your kids. Look at your father, your mother. Look how they behave in the good way, and support them when they have any difficulty or any kind of crisis. Everyone, and then everything will be fine. So you're gonna make it. Everybody will make it. I don't know why, and I always ask. I don't know why, but and I don't know how, but in the end, everything just puts in the right place. Everything goes in the right place and in the right spot. It's a matter of time. Sometimes it's a matter of effort. It's a matter of giving strength and putting the things in the right place. But in the end, everything goes like you plan. If
Yeah.
you want it, just
Yeah.
just make it
Very
happen.
much so. Very much so. So Shaka, over to you. What do you think you would say to people who are really suffering from being scared of taking action because they are feeling like imposters, like they're stuck, right? And they're sitting there, perhaps they're trying to do something, but they can't. They're paralyzed by this imposter. What would you say to these people?
There is the saying which goes that the best way to overcome your fear is to face it. The results are not something which is in your control. But what if You don't fail, but you fly. So be positive while you control the controllables. Do try to explore. There are infinite possibilities that we as humans have, because we have so much potentialities in all of us. It's only about to what extent we explore ourselves, to what extent we explore our gifts that matters. And always remember, life is too short to regret. So while you explore the explorables and control the controllables, just be yourself and enjoy the process.
Very much so. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you guys. That's from me. Like, you've been so helpful, and delivered so much value in helping me plan out things. Pratik helped me, like, with the press release the other day. Juan's been helping me with some strategic planning. Bishaka's been helping with social media posting and interview, and so much help and support, and from everybody in our great team, right through from Teresa to everyone, and obviously Kim, Adele, and Lisa, who can't be with us today because of personal reasons. And if I've left anybody out, I'm sorry. But and Nelly did is doing an interview a bit later, shortly. So with Teresa as well. So that's amazing, and we're really excited to see where this goes, and how we can kind of help people with their imposter syndrome. And we're going to share some resources in the Facebook group. So please join that if you haven't joined it, and you need to know a bit more about where you can find the link for that. Then just search for International Imposter Syndrome Awareness Day, and you will find some information, which should be number one on Google for that, hopefully by now, since we launched the day. So thanks, guys, and thanks to everyone who watches and also listens, because this will be the Overcoming Imposter Syndrome podcast as well, which we are rolling out, which will be ongoing, basically. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'm gonna say goodbye to our lovely audience.
Thanks for having us, Nat.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to meet you virtually or in person. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Nat.
bye.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.